Uganda. My name is Toshani Oshima. The show is the Live Tax Lounge, and this is URA TV. Today's discussion is the URA tax waiver, and we are talking about a complete guide for this tax waiver for 2025-2026 financial year. This is really interesting, and we shall be having key stakeholders, those technical people that want to make us understand the waiver and how truly we can benefit from it, or your business can benefit from it. And maybe you're wondering, what is this waiver that has been going on and on, and what is the difference? All that is coming to you today and now. On the show, we have experts from domestic taxes and particularly from ledger reconciliation. They are here to speak to us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Maybe we could know you from my extreme left.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Simon Echaku. I am a supervisor in ledger reconciliation. I am happy to be here this morning to clarify on issues to do with this waiver. Thank you once again.
My name is Catherine Otuya. I am an officer in ledger reconciliation. A very good morning to you all, our esteemed taxpayers. I am very honored to be here to throw more light, to give more information about 47B waiver that is of benefit to you and the country at large. Thank you.
You heard for yourselves, we have Simon Echaku and Catherine. They're going to speak to us. I want to remind you that the show is live on URA TV, that is YouTube. And also we are live on Twitter. We also have a Zoom link for those who are unable to tap our Twitter handle. Remember, the discussion is going on. The hashtag is the URA tax waiver, and Febano. Discuss with us, share those questions. What is that thing you want to know about this waiver? So right away, we're going to begin from Simon right there.
Okay, thank you once again, Joshua.
So Simon.
Yes, please.
Speak to us. What is the new waiver under Section 47B of the Tax Procedures Act?
Okay, the 47B waiver is an incentive that has been provided for by government to relieve our taxpayers of the burden. You notice that most businesses are overwhelmed because of the taxes that are outstanding. And for this particular case, from the government perspective, it was thought wise for another waiver, because this is another version of the waiver that is intended to reduce the taxpayers' tax burden. However, the difference between this waiver and the previous waiver is that for this waiver in particular is not treated as an extension. This particular waiver is effective 1st July 2025, and it caters for periods for liabilities, penalties and interest in particular, outstanding as at 30th June 2024. So what is it about? Now, this waiver provides that where a taxpayer has outstanding interest and penalties as at 30th June 2024, and the taxpayer goes ahead and pays the principal tax, because we are looking at the principal tax, where the taxpayer pays the principal tax outstanding by 30th June 2026. So we are looking at a time period between 1st July 2025 up to 30th June 2026. Then whatever is outstanding, the interest and penalties that are outstanding as at 30th June 2024 shall be waived totally. Now, we also have a version of partial the partial waiver. We are saying that because we appreciate and understand that sometimes our taxpayers have cash constraints. So we have also given them the option of paying partially. So where the person pays the principal tax partially, we shall equally waive pro rata. We shall waive the interest partially to the proportion of the amount that has been what? That has been paid.
So now, from you, Simon, let me speak to Kathy, and she tells us who qualifies. I mean, what is the target of this waiver? Which businesses do qualify for this waiver?
Which I think this waiver, every Ugandan who is running a business applies, qualifies for this waiver. So long as you have a business and it's running and you file returns and you have interest and penalties, you have outstanding principal tax as at 30th June 2024, you qualify for this waiver. It has, the only difference is it has to be under domestic taxes. We all understand that the taxes under domestic taxes are VAT, we have income tax, we have local excise duty, we have gaming tax. All those ones qualify for the waiver.
VAT, gaming tax, income tax, local excise duty, they all qualify for VAT. So now,
For the waiver.
They all qualify for the waiver. So now, when you say they all qualify for the waiver, let's speak to this so that we get clarity to the audience. Who does not qualify for the waiver? Which taxes do not qualify for the waiver?
The only taxes that don't qualify for the waiver are customs. Customs taxes.
Customs taxes.
Yes.
The rest.
But everything under domestic taxes, so long as you have principal tax outstanding, as at 30th June 2024, you have chance to pay only the principal tax by 30th June 2026, and you qualify for the waiver.
That is so interesting to find out that all these qualify. But then there are some penalties that could not qualify. To you, Simon, what could those be?
Okay, this waiver was intended in particular to benefit individuals who equally have principal. So in this case, we need to draw a line on what translates into principal. So between you and me, we know that where a taxpayer has outstanding principal, definitely there is what? There is outstanding interest. Now, there are penalties that arise directly associated with what? That associated with the principal tax. Penalties such as for income tax, failure to file on time, that's late filing. And then we have penalties for understating provisional tax. Those are majorly the penalties that we are talking about, the ones that we can easily link to the principal tax. So in this case, we have had cases where taxpayers ask us about IFPRIS penalties, DTS penalties, and any other penalties that are imposed by court, imposed by still URA, but for perhaps misleading an officer. Such penalties are not taken care of by this particular waiver. So when you go on your ledger and you find that the IFPRIS penalties have not been waived, or penalties associated with the digital tax stamps have not been waived, it should come to your mind that these penalties in particular are not covered by the 47B waiver. Yes.
That is so nice. So let us move on to the other discussion and say you told us by 30th June 2026. Explain more about the deadline to you, Kathy.
The deadline is, like you said, we have the 47B waiver is very simple. We are saying for every interest and penalty outstanding as at 30th June 2024, pay the principal tax and the interest and penalty shall be waived. Now, if you cross, because we have given a whole year, this has been running from 1st July 2025. Now we are saying it is going up to 30th June 2026. The moment it clocks 30th June 2026 at midnight, the waiver will expire.
Does it mean that after that time, there is no benefit of something like that? So you're trying to mean that by 30th June, if I've not paid that principal, that means I'll pay after 30th June, I'll pay the principal and the interest. Is it what you're trying to mean?
Yes. When you come in on 1st July 2026 and you want to pay, you're going to pay everything. The principal tax, the penalty, and the interest. That is why we are running a very big campaign with even a hashtag. We are encouraging. Please use this opportunity to pay your principal tax and benefit when we are still in time.
Use the time to pay. Simon, you had spoken about something that is quite interesting, and I would want those who are just joining the conversation to know that this is URA TV, and we're speaking about the URA tax waiver that is for this year, and that began on when did it begin? You said
1st July 2025.
And it's ending on 30th June.
30th June 2026.
So now you had spoken about something like, if I don't have the full principal, what do I do? And how do I benefit in case I don't have the full? Do I just stay there and nothing happens?
No. The fact that this is an incentive that is available to everyone, regardless of your financial status. And that is why we have given options of partial payment, and even there are taxpayers who may choose to pay in installments. But the issue here is we are saying that, one, the moment you have ascertained your principal tax, say you're supposed to pay maybe principal tax of 5 million, okay? And you have interest of around, say, 5 million. And then you pay half of the 10 million, which is the principal tax. Remember, we have the interest of 5 million against principal tax of, say, 10 million. In this particular case, the pro rata aspect looks at the proportion of the principal.
You know, Simon, we are speaking to this trader out there. So what do you mean when you say the pro rata?
We look at that portion, the part. So if you have principal of 10 and you pay us 5 million, we shall get that 5 million out of the entire principal that you have paid, times the entire interest outstanding, to determine how much we should avail as the waiver. So that is what we shall waive in that particular, at that particular time when we make payment.
So now, this is another crucial question that taxpayers out there have been asking. Will this waiver apply to interest and penalties that were accrued after 30th of June?
Okay, now after 30th June, we are looking at the cutoff.
Yes.
If the principal tax or interest was outstanding as at 30th June 2024, definitely we have principal also what? Outstanding. For avoidance of any doubt, we are saying that as long as you have not paid the principal tax that qualifies for the waiver, the principal tax that has given rise to interest, as long as you have not yet paid that principal tax, okay, definitely interest will continue to accrue past 30th June 2024. Now, that interest that accrues even from 1st July 2024, but relating to a period that qualifies for the waiver, shall also be waived. I don't know whether I'm communicating.
Maybe let me put it simpler. We have taxpayers who have not been filing.
Yes.
For example, you are there, you know you were supposed to file maybe for 2019, 2020.
Yeah, sure.
And it has been, you have been pondering, you're like, but if I file, they are going to penalize me. If I file, it is going to accrue interest. We are saying that if you file today, and you file it for 2019, 2020, that is, the period is qualifying for the waiver. Still, you're going to pay only principal tax.
This is so interesting. And now, still on you, Kathy. I'm a taxpayer, and you're telling me I have principal of, let's say, 30 million.
Yes.
And as me, I don't agree to the 30 million. What do I get to do?
If we are telling you have principal of 30 million.
Yes, that's what the ledger is saying.
But you
But
don't have
I do not agree to the principal. What do I do?
Now, if you're out there and they are sending you messages, we get them every day.
Sure.
Someone comes and like, they have sent for me a message. They had money for 30 million, but I do not agree with this tax. I have never made 30 million in my life. Why? How come you're telling me I made 30 million?
Okay.
So we are here. We are the ledger reconcilers. We come and look at your ledger and advise. Most, if it is a return, we ask you, how did you file it? If it is an assessment, we advise you to object. We have objections.
Thank you
A
very much.
whole section that is set to support you in that.
Maybe just to add on what Kathy here is saying, I also want to highlight on cases of installment arrangements. We have taxpayers. Remember, between now, we still have how many months to go? 4?
We have
4 months to go for taxpayers to take advantage of this incentive. Now, there are taxpayers who opt for installment arrangements.
Yes.
Now, if you're looking at installment arrangements, if you're to benefit from this waiver, we are saying the installment arrangement, for you to be able to take advantage of this waiver, should not go past what? Past 30th June 2026. Where the installment overlaps into the next financial, goes past 30th June 2026. That part that you will pay after 30th June 2026, the interest will also be what? Will also be recoverable.
Yes.
We shall only waive the installment payments that you have made towards the principal tax up to 30th what? Up to 30th June 2026. Thank you.
So we are still joining the conversation, and we would love our taxpayers to really know what happens. And now we are going to have just a simple guide to how do I check if I qualify for the waiver and what I owe. So Simon, you're going to take us through that simple process of how a taxpayer can really check for their information.
Okay. Let me cast my screen. So that it is visible.
Nice.
I don't know whether people can be able to see. Now, these are some of the enhancements that URA has made available to our taxpayers.
Sure.
So for you to be able to appreciate or to ascertain your principal tax, what you need to do is, one, you first need to log in. Do I need to log in so that people know how to log in? No, I assume we know how to log in.
I think
I am already in the portal.
we can log in for the taxpayers.
Okay, so what we do here, so this is the URA portal. Login, you'll be required to enter your TIN details. So I begin by entering the TIN details. Okay, then I'll be required to enter the password. Then you enter the text below. Then I click login. Okay. One sec to go. Just a second. Okay. Okay, can skip this. Skip this. So here I am already in my portal account. I go straight to payments. Under payments, I select generate a payment slip. So I click on generate a payment slip. Now, when I click on generate a payment slip, I have this option for select payment type. Like Kathy said, this waiver is majorly for domestic taxes.
Sure.
So in the payment field, we have custom and DT. So DT is what we are interested in. So you select domestic taxes. Then after selecting domestic taxes, we go to, like my sister here mentioned, the tax types that we are handling in particular have been listed here. You can clearly see under tax what? Under tax type, we have IT, we have VAT, we have excise, then withholding, gaming, and gaming tax. Then we have the options here for period selection. Now, we have two periods in this particular case. We have periods before July 2021 and then periods after July 2021. So when the taxpayer wants to determine the principal tax, we must also take these periods into consideration. So I will start with periods after July 2021. So when I select periods after July 2021, I select the option for account payment. This is fast and easier. So you select account payment, and then you go to the option of tax head. So I select tax head. For this demonstration purposes, I'm going to select pay. So when I select pay, I have this field for fetch outstanding. So I click on this field, fetch outstanding, then it gives me the lumped amount of what liability is in that period. However, I want to view the periods that that qualify. So I click on this other option for show period-wise breakup. So when I click in this period, I am able to view the detailed breakdown period per period. These are periods after July 2021.
Okay.
Now, when I want to pay, I have the option of saying pay fully. So when I say pay fully, I will get that notification. Amount should not exceed the principal tax. So the system is even able to specifically identify that this is the principal tax in this period. Where the taxpayer is not able to pay the entire principal, then you untick and enter manually the figure that you want to pay. Say you want to pay 600,000. We shall also allow you to pay the 600,000. So for periods that qualify for this waiver, you are able to pay, and only the principal tax is what is captured. Now, when you attempt to pay a period that does not qualify for the waiver, say I am paying July 2024. When I say pay full, that notification will not come because the interest is entirely recoverable. So that is for periods after. So if you're dealing with periods after, you proceed.
Simon, first go back.
Okay.
There is where he said you can pay, like there where you put 600,000. So there, when you choose to say I'm paying 600,000, Joshua was asking us what is pro rata. Now, when it is showing that you have to pay 800 million and you choose to pay 600,000, that is where we are saying you have paid a portion. We are going to waive a portion. So if you pay 600,000, don't expect for the whole 900 million to be waived. No, we are going to waive a portion that relates to the 600,000.
Okay, so you proceed with this. You enter the details here. and then you are able to accept and register. At that point, a PRN will be what? Will be generated for you to proceed and pay. The moment you pay, the system is automatic. It is real time. The waiver will be effected with immediate what? Immediate effect. Now, where the principal tax is in the periods before, you still come and select period before 2021 and still select the the tax head. Here I will select payee. Now for this tax head does not have what? It doesn't have any outstanding. Let's select, say, maybe income tax, and we see the same applies to income tax. So this thing in particular does not have what? Does not have any outstanding in those old periods. However, if there was outstanding, the period will come under outstanding principal, and then you are able to follow through the same pattern to generate a PRN and then pay, and the waiver shall be granted accordingly.
But also, there are those who would look at the tax statement. They want to understand it on the tax statement. Can you also demonstrate?
Oh,
Let's look at.
let's look at just a second.
So, and of course, now as he logs in, they have already demonstrated to you on how someone can log in. Maybe as we wait for his demonstration, let us now go to Kathy and be seeing how this waiver is going to maybe impact the business. How is this waiver going to impact the business?
So, how this waiver impacts the business is actually very simple. The government of Uganda understands that our business people have challenges. We understand that cash flow, money is lost. I will just put it in the layman's business language. You always tell us, where have you seen money? Money is not here. So the government, by the way, we have had previous waivers. We have had 2 previous waivers, that is 40D and 40E. Yes, this is now 47B. But we saw that very few people benefited from that waiver, and people still don't have money. Now, if the government of Uganda can recognize that you are challenged, we expect that when you choose to pay only the principal tax, you have remained with some money to invest in the business. We expect that we are reducing the burden of tax on the taxpayer. Instead of paying 40 million principal tax and 20 million interest and penalties, we are saying on the 60 million that URA is demanding from you, pay only 40 million, which means that the 20 million can be reinvested. You can use the 20 million to do other things. So the business person is going to benefit from the waiver by using the money that would have been used to pay interest and penalties for other things that can generate more income. That is very beneficial to the businessman. That is beneficial to this country and its people.
So let us go to Simon, who is clearly demonstrating to us to cast his screen and do that demonstration.
So for purposes of appreciating the ledger, still on your tin account, we have under reports, we have this option for the tax statement. So you select the option for tax statement, and then you're able to click on submit. Okay, so when you click on submit, we're able to display for you the different tax heads and the liabilities on those tax heads. Now, for this demonstration purposes, I'll still go with pay. So when I click on pay as you earn, I am able to see now for waiver purposes, we have a column. We have a column for interest. This is where we post any interest charged on late payment or any outstanding liability. Okay. Now, when you proceed and pay the principal, the principal tax for the periods that qualify for the waiver shall be implemented under the column for tax waiver. Are you able to see this column? This is where we do the implementation for what? For the waivers. So you have the interest on this other end, and then whatever portion has been waived, you should be able to see it on the what? On the respective tax waiver column. When you don't see that reflected in that column, you please bring it to our attention. It could be an anomaly that we need to fix. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you're still watching URA TV. My name is Joshua Nyonshima. It is still the live tax launch, the complete guide to URA tax waiver. I'm with Kathy and Simon. So now, as we wrap up our show, let's listen to you, Simon. What is your call to action to the taxpayers out there?
Now, our esteemed taxpayers, we first of all want to thank you so much for developing Uganda together. You are our very critical partners in this journey because this is our country and it's our responsibility to develop it as fellow countrymen. Now, I want to encourage us outside there to please, let's take advantage of this opportunity because it is a one-time opportunity that may never come through very soon. We still have 4 months to go, and you can come to us, or you can check through your TIN account and confirm how much is the principal tax for the period that is qualifying. If you need our support, we are available to serve you at all times. Please come to us, and then we shall be able to advise you accordingly that this waiver does not pass by your end. So let's take advantage of this remaining 4 months and pay the principal tax, and then this waiver shall surely be given to us. Thank you very much.
And to you.
Okay, our dear esteemed taxpayers, beloved taxpayers, this country wouldn't be if you're not. We wouldn't have schools, our hospitals wouldn't be equipped, nothing can move. The roads that you see being constructed every day, all that cannot happen without you. But we also recognize the burden that you have when it comes to paying taxes. COVID came, we always say that the businesses are not performing well. We are here to say, the government of Uganda is saying, please, just pay the principal tax. Pay the principal tax that you owe the government, that you owe URA, and the other will be, the interest and penalties will be waived. My call to action is, please, take advantage of this opportunity. It doesn't come often. By 1st July 2026, trust me, you're not going to like it if you come. And we'll tell you that the opportunity to only pay 40 million out of 60 is perished. It has gone just like that. 20 million is a lot of money, and here I'm talking on the lower end. We have people who have like 1 billion, and we're saying you can only pay 500 million. Imagine what 500 million can do for you if you saved it through paying the 500 million in time. Please pay up, take advantage of the waiver. Let's grow together. Let's develop Uganda together. Tunalengo moja.
For the rest of people that are watching us out there, the waiver is here for you. Make use of it and grow your business. My name is Joshua Nyonshima for URA TV.